250s, their last ride in qualifying heats. We'll look to see who it is that's going to be coming out in that final. Well, we watch to see them come off that top bend, and it is indeed the lead with number 23 in your programme, Stephen Hines. Steve Hines has been scoring well, but he still hasn't featured in the top list of riders, so he needs good point scoring in this one. Come out 1 and 2 of this third leg. I think we are in for a spectacular finish to this qualifying racing in leg 3. I think you're looking over the page, Wadsworth Street and all the rest of them go in that third ride. As I watch them go round that bottom bend and up the back straight. Back chance going to John Pilcher. John Pilcher coming through and scoring good points in this one. He goes past us, leading from number 23, Steve Hines. But one rider I'm keeping my eye on this afternoon is 139, Dave Mears. He's certainly been in the point scoring. He's in 9th place, so he would have been in a qualifying position of the final. But things don't swap around too much, and if he scores good points in this one, he's in 3rd at the moment, so keep your eye on him. There's John Pilcher, takes the checkered flag. Steve Hines takes 2nd, and Dave Mears does in fact hang on to that 3rd place. Well, I wonder if that is going to be enough to hold him in a qualifying place for that final. There's a win for number 49, John Pilcher. In 2nd place, number 23, that's Stephen Hines. 3rd place, number 139, Dave Mears. 4th place, number 61. 5th place, number 26. 6th place, 71. 7th place, 20. And the winning time, 139.07. 139.07, 49, 23, 139, 61, 26, 71 and 20. Well, when I look down the list of top point scorers after 6 votes, I can quickly tell you that we've got very few that have been out in these first 2 heats. The rest of them go in this heat 3, leg 3 of event 1. I'm talking about Jason Stott, who was riding number 94. He's on 3 points only at the moment, so right at the top of the list. Number 75, Lee Street, was on 4 points. Mark Wadsworth, top of the list, 2 points scored only for 2 first places. Richie Knight, number 229, was sitting there on 7 points, right up there and sure of a place in the final. Dean Camier on 3 points as well. What a tremendous race this one promises to be. Race 27. The riders will make their way to the line. And following that, the scorers can obviously quick work out who it is that's going in that final. Look for Mark Wadsworth. He's put a top on, but you can recognise that very distinctive helmet of his. He goes straight into the lead as we go into that first bend. The rest of the riders group together as they come round after him, but it is Wadsworth that's had 2 wins already this afternoon. My apologies. Well, I was looking for Mark Wadsworth, but unless Mark Wadsworth has come out on Ian Rutter's bike, is it? That certainly looks like Mark Wadsworth. The bike looks to be number 9. We can only assume that Ian Rutter, who rode in race 25, has loaned his machinery to Mark Wadsworth. Well, we've all definitely confirmed that is Mark Wadsworth riding the machine. Jason Stott is holding 2nd, but only just. Chance to get close to that 2nd place. I promise you this was going to be a good 250 race. Dean Camier moves through on the inside. A good corner from him. Going from 4th to 2nd in one swift mood and gets himself right up there. Lee Street is the rider that's fighting for 3rd place. But as we watch to see Wadsworth in trouble. Well, Wadsworth has pulled out Ian Rutter's machine. Looks to have got problems. So he indeed pulls out. It means that Dean Camier moves through into 1st place. So plenty of action in this race 27, which promised to be good on paper. Lee Street moves up into 2nd place. Now watching to see who else there is that's going to score well. Oh, Dean Camier certainly pleased to take the checkered flag. Lee Street does get 2nd. Mike Appleton gets 3rd. And you can see the very experienced head of Mark Wadsworth watching to see the last rider come, and indeed he crosses the line to take the checkered flag. Even checking to make sure our lap scorers have got him. No, that's a very experienced rider. Over wind for number 44, Dean Camier. I think that makes sure of a place for him in the final. In second place, number 75. That, of course, is Lee Street. Equally, I think, has done enough to get into that final. In third place, number 94, Jason Stott. He, I think, also has done enough. Number 4. In fourth place, number 229, that's Richie Knight. Fifth place, 300. Sixth place, 124. Seventh place, 344. Is that enough? Well, it possibly could be. The winning time, 131.78. 44, 75, 94, 229, 300, 124, 344. The winning time, 133.78. This is where they quickly check to make sure that I'm on the ball. This is where we get the change once again. Race 28 is going to be what's listed in your programme as race 29. So a quick swap round there. We're with the 500cc sidecars. And just to quickly recap, of course this race over 4 heat scoring rides. They've had 2 already. Top of the list is outfit number 71. That, of course, is Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. They've had 2 wins already, still on 2 points. 1 point apiece from each ride. Outfit number 30. Well, they've had 2 second places already. That's Mal and Lester Goodwin. They're still on 4 points. And on 6 points, outfit number 34. That, of course, is Jerry Squirrel and Paul Stafford. On 10 points equal are number 91, Wayne Boys, and number 5, Dave Collins. So we watch to see what happens in leg 3. Already the riders in July, we want to see a break. Remember, of course, that Brian Palmer has been making such brilliant starts in those first 2. We wonder if he can do it yet again. All the other riders would have been playing around with going with him, the rest of the riders grouped together behind those 2, but it is Brian Palmer that's got to the front as they come round off that first bend. Well, he really doesn't look to be in a little bit of a world of his own at the moment. Jerry Squirrel has moved through in his second, Mel and Lester Goodwin are up into third, Alan Peck holding 4th at the moment. As we watch to see them break on that bottom corner by Brian Palmer. He only looks a little bit uncaterous. Mel Goodwin falls down with problems. Mal and Lester Goodwin, who've been second behind Brian Palmer twice this afternoon, they pull off into the centre of the circuit with problems. It means that Jerry Squirrel is the one that's got to try and catch Brian Palmer. Third place with Alan Peck and Steve Pavitt. Dave Collins back in 4th place, but we want to see them go up that back straight. Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn on that very quick stop. Come round off that top corner. I wonder if Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn are going to be caught this afternoon. Remember, it's over 3 4-point scoring rides, this one being the 3rd. They've had 2 wins previous to this, looking to go for their 3rd. Both driver and passenger look over their shoulder to see if there is any competition to them. Trying to keep one eye on Mal and Lester Goodwin. Discover what their problem is when they get their outfit going to get some points, but the checkered flag goes for Brian Palmer. That's his 3rd this afternoon. Jerry Squirrel gets 2nd, Alan Peck gets 3rd, and we'll wait a long while for Dave Collins to come round to take 4th place. So race 28 as it turned out to be in your programme, the 500cc sidecar heat 3. Another win for outfit number 71, Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. In 2nd place, number 34, Jerry Squirrel and Paul Stafford. 3rd place, number 20, Alan Peck and Steve Pavitt. 4th place, number 5, Dave Collin and Rick Francis. 5th place, number 91, Wayne Boys and Simon King. 6th place, number 13, Keith Baird and Robert Graves. No other finishers. The winning time 1:36.88. 1:36.88. 71, 34, 25, 91 and 13. To the front, gets there as it goes into that first bend. Oh, tremendous riding from Keith Potts this afternoon. A very competitive centre for 250 riders. Jonathan Duke has got himself up into second place. He's the centre of those three riders. Watching to see them come round off that top bend. I wonder if anybody's got an answer to Keith Potts this afternoon. Oh, Ricky Sanford it is that's in second place. You might remember that he got very close to Keith Potts in his second ride. Very, very close to the second ride. Again, getting close to Potts to pick them round off that top bend. One more lap to go for Keith Potts. Jonathan Duke still there in third place, but under a little bit of pressure from Neil Stokes, and we wonder whether Neil Stokes will be able to get past him. 350 competition similar to the 560 sidecar competition, point scoring over 4 legs. Keith Potts certainly making the best of it, equaling Brian Palmer in that other competition by taking 3 wins from 3 rides. Ricky Sanford gets second, Jonathan Duke in third, and Neil Stokes in fourth. Race 29 then, as it should be in your programme, the 350cc third leg, event 5, a win, and he's third of the afternoon for number 175, Keith Potts. In second place, number 22, that's Ricky Sanford. In third place, number 25, Jonathan Duke. Fourth place, number 15, Neil Stokes. 5th place, number 139, Dave Mears. 6th place, number 211. 7th place, 17. 8th place, 21. 9th place, 19. 10th place, 26. And 11th, 58. The winning time, 1:26.86. 1:26.86. We move into the third leg of the 500cc event. Dean Garton and Gary Lobb going in this one. It's Gary Lobb that's got to that first corner, has he? Dean Garton goes round the outside of him. Rob Fortune in third at the moment, but it's Dean Garton who missed his first ride, knows he's got to score well in these second 2. Well, he's going well at the moment. Wonder if these points are going to be enough to get him into the final. Gary Lobb in place. Mark Seawright going after Rob Fortune in third place. Rob Fortune on 2 points only at the moment. He's had 2 wins this afternoon. Well, these 2 flying Cornishmen have had plenty of races together, know exactly what each other will be doing. Well, a good ride this from Mark Seawright as he's fending off Rob Fortune. Giving up really Mark Seawright. Look at the power and speed of these 2 Cornishmen. Dean Garton going brilliantly at the moment. Gary Lobb still there in second place. Mark Seawright holding third. Rob Fortune holding fourth place. I wonder if he's taking a technical gamble. He's had enough points to get him through to that final. Remembering, of course, he's had 2 wins already this afternoon. Wait to see what happens. They come to the line, it's Dean Garton gets a win. Tremendous ride from him. Gary Lobb gets second. Mark Seawright does indeed hold off Rob Fortune to get third place. Rob, of course, getting fourth. And Chris Tritton crosses the line for fifth. Race race 30, and a very quick time indeed. A win for number 16, the flying cornerman Dean Garton. In second place, number 7, Gary Lobb. In third place, number 6, that of course is Mark Seabright. And in fourth place, number 13, Rob Fortune. Fifth place, number 3, Chris Tritton. Sixth place, number 121, Alan Harmer. And seventh place, number 72. The winning time, 1:22.07. 16, 7, 6, 13, 3, 121 and 72. So only 2 riders on a maximum coming into this third leg. Rob Fortune was one of them, but he only picked up a 4th place there, which puts him overall on 6 points. So should be enough to get into that final, but you never know. We'll watch to see in race 31, of course, no full hurry. We're looking to see where Ivor Matthews comes. He comes in this one, and of course in place second line number 31. All in this one, so we want to see them come round off that top corner. Vaclav Verner I can see in second place, and that is indeed Duncan Tolhurst that leads from Vaclav Verner. Chris Underhill in third place. Number 174, Robin Pilcher. So we're in fact missing. We know how to tumble earlier on this afternoon. Robin Pilcher is out there. No Paul Hurry, of course. Chris Underhill is out there. But unfortunately, no Colin White either. He had that tumble in his second ride, so obviously not fit enough to take part in his third ride. Vaclav Verner, though, will be putting the pressure on Duncan Tolhurst as they go round that bottom end and up the back straight. Vaclav Verner, the anxious 4 points in his third ride. Sitting on 5 points at the moment, so a good ride in this one. We're sure a place in the final as he goes into his last lap, just behind Duncan Tolhurst. Chris Underhill still there in third place. He's been scoring steadily this afternoon. Duncan Tolhurst on 7 points before he went into this third ride. With 1 point being scored in this one, I think he's made sure of a place in the final. Watch to see that checkered flag go. He indeed collects just that 1 point. Vaclav Verner collects 2. And Chris Underhill will cross the line in third. 31, where we start to sort out the points to see who it is that goes in that big final at the end of the day. A win for number 74, Duncan Tolhurst. I think he's booked his place. In second, number 10, and of course is Vaclav Verner. In third place, number 38, Chris Underhill. Fourth place, number 174, Robin Pilcher. The winning time, 1:26.20. 1:26.20 the time. As we look to the lineup for race 32, we've seen all our top point scorers go in races 30 and 31, by, of course, Trevor Banks, number 2. He sits on 2 wins so far. He's seen Rob Fortune drop points in his last ride. So will Trevor Banks go for 3 maximum wins. The riders, of course, that did score well in this one and come through and get themselves a place in that final. With Trevor Banks. Banks it is that gets to that corner first. Sean Tacey now being caught by Vince Kinchin as those two go round the corner together. And we watch Trevor Banks emerging out in front of, it is Vince Kinchin in second from Sean Tacey in third. Oh, I apologise, not saying it's Sean Tacey, of course it is. Julian Vincent in third. Pick up the rest of the riders as they come round. You can see Trevor Banks in brilliant form this afternoon. Vince Kinchin, he's one of these riders I said that could pick up good points in his last ride. Goes through while Sean Tacey back in 5th place. I've already put him through to 3rd, but he's now got to fight his way through that 3rd. He's got himself through into 4th place. Now goes on to Vince holding 3rd. One more lap to go for Trevor Banks. Will he go through this meeting with 3 maximum qualifying rides? Vince Kinchin, the rider that's got to try and catch him, but that's asking an awful lot in just 1 lap. Julian Fitz still holding 3rd, Sean Tacey in 4th. They're looking quite comfortable in that 4th place. As we look to that top corner for the last time in race 32. It is going to be 3 wins in a row for Trevor Banks. Vince Kinchin takes second place. Julian Phipps hangs on to third place, and Sean Casey hanging on to fourth. .500cc final, a win for number 2, his third of the afternoon, Trevor Banks. In second place, number 8, Vince Kinchin. Third place, number 73, and of course is Julian Phipps. And fourth place, number 41, Sean Tacey. Fifth place, 04, is Ricky Sanford. Sixth place, number 45. Seventh place, number 12. Eighth place, number 122, and the winning time, 1:24.61. 2:8:73, 41, 04, 45, 12, and 122, 1:24.61. Well, we move back over to event 4. That, of course, is the 1000cc sidecars third leg. Top point scorers so far in the 1000cc sidecars are number 7 and number 15. They're top scorers. They've, in fact, had 2 wins apiece so far this afternoon. Neither of them two go in this race 33, the first of the sidecars third leg. On 3 points, 8, 24 and 6. On 4 points, number 5. On 5 points, 3 and 52. And on 6 points, number 9. It's very, very tight at the top of the sidecar class. We watch to see what happens in this third leg. We can then decide who it is that goes in that big final. We watch to see them go in race 33. Oh, missing 1 or 2 outfits, but Gary Jackson anxious to score points. Colin Hutton is out there, of course, in place of Neville Penfold. He's got himself up in the second, but Gary Jackson, a disappointing day so far for Gary. He had that missed ride in the first one. He missed the start completely. Scored well in his second one. I just wonder whether a win in his last ride is going to be enough to get him into the final. It's very, very tight at the top of the sidecar class. All sorts of problems for Bob Mills, but he recovers from that. Doesn't gain any positions by it, but indeed gets himself safely back into third place. The very quick Kerry Jackson and Kevin Williams going very, very quickly in their third and final leg ride. It'll just be a question of working out the points and finding out whether he has done enough. Or indeed, perhaps as always in these cases, not necessarily whether he's done enough, it's a case of whether the other riders will drop points in their last ride and allow him to come through. Well, it will be the checkered flag this time as they come round. You can see the sort of lead that they've got on Colin Hutton in second. The checkered flag will go this time, and that's Gary Jackson's first of the afternoon. He takes the win. Colin Hutton and Tony Baisby take second place, as Bob Mills and Jeff Sims take third. That's Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. In second place, number 31, that's Colin Hutton and Tony Baisby. Third place, number 33, Bob Mills and Jeff Sims. And fourth place, number 88, Mike Baxter and Neil Martin. The winning time, 1:17.09. 23, 31, 33 and 88, 1:17.09. Well, I went down that list of top point scorers earlier on, and of course 2 riders that appear in that list sitting on 3 points apiece go in race 34. That's Russelling and Gary Moon. Out there with them, McCabe, number 5. He's on 4 points at the moment, so well in with a chance of getting in the final. Tim Bennett, number 12, Jerry Adams, 55, and Andy Nourish, 46. And so they line up for race 34. All away we go with the race 34. It's Rustling that's made the best of the start. Mick Cave has gone after him. Gary Moon has gone round the outside, looking to try and find a way through on that first corner, but Mick Cave had closed the door. So Gary Moon has to settle for that second place as he now goes down the back straight. Mick Cave goes after him, but it is Rustling and Paul Urycz that have got away. Now Gary Moon goes after them, flying around that bottom bend, but Rustling looks very, very quick. Mick Cave has got through on the inside, a brilliant bottom corner from Mick Cave. Well, he gets through into second place, or does he? Gary Moon comes back at him as they go round that top corner, but Mick Cave and Mick Stace holding it at the moment. Well in with a chance of making it into the final if they score well in this third ride. But Rustling and Paul Urycz, no mistakes for them. They knew they had to score well in this last one, just to make sure of getting on the line. Well, it could be interesting to watch how the rest of the point scoring goes, because even a third place may not be good enough. We'll watch to see what happens. But Mick Cave and Mick Stace, after riding that brilliant bottom corner and getting themselves in second, really do look like hanging on to it as they go into this bottom corner. It will be last lap this time as we go round. Oh, Rustling and Paul Urycz do look very, very quick at the moment. I wonder if they have got it right just towards the end of the season, when we've got the Ace of Aces International and the Bonfire Burnup coming up. As much as everybody likes to win the British Masters, it's also nice to go out at the end of the season by winning both the Ace of Aces and the Bonfire Burnup. They'll all want to do it, and we watch to see what happens this afternoon, because Rustling and Paul Urycz take another checkered flag. Mick Cave and Mick Stace hang on to that brilliant second place from Gary Moon and Jason Glenie in third, and Andy Nourish finishing in fourth. Outfit number 6, that's Rustling and Paul Urycz. In second place, number 5, that's Mick Cave and Mick Stace. Third place, number 8, Gary Moon and Jason Glenie. Fourth place, number 46, Andy Nourish. Fifth place, number 12, Tim Bennett, and sixth place, number 55, Jerry Adams. The winning time, 146.08, 146.08. And I'm sure a lot of you have already noticed that wasn't an exceptionally quick time in race 33, 117.09. That unfortunately was a time on 3 laps, but not to worry. 146.08, a more realistic time for the sidecars. And we look forward to race 35. We can now add some points into the riders that have finished. Rustling adds 1 point to his total of 4, which means he finishes on 4 points. That really should be enough to get him into the final. Mick Cave adds 2 to his score, equals, well, interestingly enough, that if I do my very unofficial points, and no, I wasn't really trying to add 4 to 1 and making 4, of course it should have been 1 to 3 and making 4. I've now got Gary Moon and Mick Cave on 6 points apiece, of course unofficially, but I wonder if that's going to mean it makes it tight for them to get into the final. Well, we've got a lot of other high point scorers to come yet, and we look to see as they break from the line. Ken Lane goes in this one. Oh, he's of course top of the tree at the moment on the point scoring. He and Ivor Matthews have both been unbeaten this afternoon. So Ken Lane and Mark Edwards go down the back straight, leading once again as they have done twice already this afternoon. Off that bottom bend, going very, very wide. We know that Rob Wilson likes to ride hard on the inside, but Rob Wilson looks like being caught. He holds second from number 11, Kevin Stevens, and Miles Simmons going well in third place. We're watching them go round that top bend for the second time. Rob Wilson, we know he's been brilliant on this bottom bend, but he's got a lot to do to try and catch the flying Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, winner of the Whopper last week down at Wimborne, and winning so many titles this year, going so very, very well. Rob Wilson still there in second. Kevin Simmons still holding third. John Hiscock not being able to close the gap on him. They get close in that top corner, but we really watch to see Ken Lane and Mark Edwards coming round this time to take the last lap flag into that last lap, and indeed their last lap of the qualifying heat. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones not being able to close on Ken Lane, but scoring good points here by holding second. see them go back down that back straight. These, of course, are our British Masters champions, and we expect them to go well. And of course, once you won a title like that, everybody else is looking to beat you. They take another checkered flag, unbeaten so far this afternoon. That's only 3 points that they've scored, and I'm sure of a place in the final. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones pick up 2 points for second place. That puts them on 5 points overall. Interesting to see who it may be that will miss out by not going into that final. And that's Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. In second place, number 24. So 2 points to Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Third place, number 11, and of course is Kevin Stevens and Miles Simmons. And fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Steve Hinchington. The winning time, 146.84, 7, 24, 11 and 184. The winning time, 146.84. Well, we've seen a lot of our top point scorers completing their third leg. We've got Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse, Martin Baker and Shane Can going in this one. They're riders that can, of course, make their way to the final. Alan and John Blewett, their outfit number 3. They sit on 5 points at the moment. Terry Phillips, equal with Alan and John Blewett. So, Martin Baker and Shane Can, a lot of work to do in this one. Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse will have seen that Ken Lane has remained unbeaten. They will obviously try and equal that. Looks as if there's problems for Terry Phillips at the moment, not able to get that machinery going. Oh, indeed, at long last it sounds as if Terry Phillips has managed to get his machinery running. The rest of the outfit's already on the line. I'm sure a lot of eyes will be on Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse to see whether they can in fact equal the record this afternoon of Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. They got themselves into the final on only 3 points, 3 wins. Away we go with the last of the qualifying legs of the sidecars, and if we watch to see them go past us, Alan and John Blewett have made a brilliant start. Alan and John Blewett it is that get into that top corner, leading from Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse. Craig Cheatham moves through into third place, but look at Ivor Matthews trying to get through on the inside of Alan and John Blewett. They picked up some tremendous drive out of that top corner. They forced their way down that back straight. They've made Alan and John Blewett overshoot the corner, and they just moved through on the inside. Some brilliant sidecar driving from Ivor Matthews. He's now got himself to the front. Alan and John Blewett content now to sit in second place perhaps as they follow Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse down. Quickly looking at the points, well, Alan and John Blewett are on 5 points at the moment. By scoring 2 in this one, I think they may just unfortunately miss out on the final. That really would be very, very hard luck on Alan and John Blewett if they did miss out on the final with this second place, but my unofficial point scoring against Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse will pick up obviously the 1 point here if he holds on to this lead. Riding brilliantly well this afternoon, this pairing. Driving all the way round that bottom corner, power their way past us. Craig Cheatham hiding every inch of the way, but Terry Phillips is getting very, very close to him. As we wait to see the checker flag go out for the last of these qualifying legs. And Ivor Matthews comes round off that bottom bend. He takes yet another win, so he equals Ken Lane. Both of them go into the final on 3 points apiece. Race 36, and a great win once again for number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse. In second place, number 3, Alan and John Blewett. Third place, number 1, that of course is Craig Cheatham and Gary Lane. Fourth place, number 52, Terry Phillips and Chris Spires. And fifth place, number 9, The winning time 1:45.54. 15, 3, 1, 52, 9, 1:45.54. Well, I can quickly tell you that the interval now indeed does come in, because the fourth heat of the sidecar 500cc event was indeed cut out. Originally it was due to be 5 legs, equivalent to 3 wins. Next to him is Ricky Sanford, the rider that's been pushing him all afternoon. He's on 8 points, and Neil Scopes on 10. That's how they sit at the moment, the 1, 2, 3. But Garton or Dave Mears could catch Neil Scopes. After 3 rides, we now go into this last ride. As we watch them go into that first bend, it is indeed the rider that leads the competition, number 175, Keith Potts. He goes past us, leading from Dave Mears in second, Neil Scopes in third, and Jonathan Duke in fourth. So Ricky Sanford has been pushing Keith Potts all afternoon. He's fifth place at the moment. What to see with Rick Sanford on that? So looking to go up that back straight. He's up to fourth already. But Keith Potts on this new Garton Magnum, getting away from the rest of the field. Dave Mears still there in second place. While looking at the point scoring, if Dave Mears scores well in this ride, he could indeed get himself up into that first straight. Look at see those other riders that are all around there as well. Jonathan Duke was sitting in second. Jonathan Duke was in fourth place as he went into this ride. It was Ricky Sanford that was sitting in second. He's got himself up into third place, and Neil Scopes, who was sitting in third place, is back in fourth at the moment, but looking to go past Dave Mears. He sees Sanford go past Dave Mears. Oh, it will indeed be the checkered flag for them as they come round, and what a great way to win the 350 event. 4 straight wins to Keith Potts. A brilliant ride from him this afternoon. Ricky Sanford, well, he tried every inch of the way. He's got himself through into second, and Dave Mears has got himself into third. So the last ride for the 350s, and confirming that Keith Potts takes the 350 title this afternoon. A win for him. He's fourth this afternoon. Number 175 goes into that first place in the official results. In second, number 22, that is Ricky Sanford. A good ride from him this afternoon. I think that also confirms him second place overall. In third place, number 139, that's Dave Mears. So he picks up 3 points in that last ride. Fourth place, number 15, Neil Scopes. Fifth place, 25, Jonathan Duke. Sixth place, 21. Seventh place, 211. Eighth place, 26. Ninth place, 58. And the winning time, 1:29.44. So as the points quickly get added up for the 350s, you wait to see who it is that's got the 1, 2, 3 in the 350 event. We of course know the first and second, but unofficially I've worked out who's third. I'll wait for that to be confirmed as we move into the last ride for the 500cc sidecars. And if you've been watching this one closely, you'll know that Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn have indeed been dominating this class as well. They indeed sit on 3 points. 3 wins so far this afternoon. Number 34, that was Jerry Squirrel and Paul Stafford, sitting second place on 8 points. And number 30, Mel and Lester Goodwin hold third place at the moment on 12 points. Dave Colling close to them on 14 points, and Wayne Boys on 15. So that's the top 5. Can anybody beat Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn? We wait to see in this final round of the 500cc sidecar competition. back straight. Has he made it once again into that first bend? He looks to be right there, and it is indeed Brian Palmer that gets to the front as he comes round the middle of the bend. He leads as he comes past us. It's Jerry Squirrel that's got up into second place, and Mel Goodwin up into third. A great scrap going on for that fourth place as it all starts to close up at the front. You can see that Brian Palmer has gone a little bit wide, with Jerry Squirrel right now with him this time. So all we're going to see him beat this afternoon, or will he take 4 wins? Well, we've seen Keith Potts do it in the 350. We wonder whether it can be done in the 500cc sidecar competition. Quite cheekily, Scott Dunn always has a quick look at us as he comes past us, and there's problems again for Milk and Lester Goodwin. I can't quite see what the problems are for them, but they've had a disastrous afternoon. We watch to see what that back says. Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn really have looked absolutely magnificent this afternoon. Scott's powered outfit really does look as if it's going to take some beating this year. Into their last lap, there's Jerry Squirrel, who was sitting second overall as they come into this last ride. Looks like maintaining that second position, but it's going to be a scrap for third place because the points are all very close for the riders further down the field now that Mel and Lester Goodwin have been taken out of the competition. Great shame to see them suffering problems like that, but we see the checkered flag raised for a very convincing victory for Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. Jerry Squirrel and Paul Stafford finishing second. Third place goes to Alan Peck and Steve Pavitt. But overall, victory goes to Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. Magnificent performance from them this afternoon. A brilliant ride from that sidecar crew. Let's give the official result of race 39. It's a win for outfit number 71, Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. In second place, number 34, Jerry Squirrel and Paul Stafford. Third place, number 20, Alan Peck and Steve Pavitt. Fourth place, number 91, White Boys and Simon King. Fifth place, number 5, Dave Collin and Rick Francis. Sixth place, number 13. Seventh place, number 30. The winning time, 138.69. 71, 34, 20, 91, 5, 13 and 30, 138.69 the time. In the final, we've got the 250 final underway already. Well, I gave you the numbers out earlier. I'm sure you'll pick it up who it is that goes in this final as they come round off that top bend. Some very, very quick 250 riders here this afternoon, and John Dormer in great form. So John Dormer leads as he comes past us. Carl Wilkes is up in second. Remember, there's no Wadsworth, there's no Rutter in this one. So John Dormer leads as he goes round that bottom bend, up the back straight. A brilliant ride this from John Dormer after that disappointment of a qualifying ride earlier on this afternoon, proving to give him 0 qualifying points. Carl Wilkes in second place at the moment, chasing after John Dormer. This, of course, is the 1-2-3 as they go across the line. Dean Camier up in third, but under pressure from Mike Appleton. Mike Appleton going for the inside line on Dean Camier, and indeed as Mike Appleton has got through, Carl Wilkes is getting closer all the time to John Dormer. So two spats going on. We've got that one for first place between John Dormer, the leader, and Carl Wilkes in second. Dean Camier in third, and Mike Appleton in fourth. There's problems to Mike Appleton. He goes out on the top end. So Jason Stott now takes up the challenge, number 94. But watch what's happening at the front, because again you can see the pressure being put on John Dormer. Carl Wilkes up the inside of John Dormer, gets to the front as they go into that top end. The checker flag indeed will be made ready for them this time as they come off that top end. A brilliant ride between these 250 riders. Carl Wilkes takes it. John Dormer gets second, Dean Camier in third. A brilliant ride, a very, very strong competition here this afternoon in the 250s. And didn't he have to work to take that final? Great riding from Carl Wilkes. John Dormer collects second place. Race 40, and of course it was the final for the 250cc competitors as they come round past you. Show you congratulations to Carl Wilkes, a brilliant ride from him. He indeed takes it overall. John Dormer, a very smiley John Dormer goes past us, takes second place. Let's give you the official result because it was a win for number 248, Carl Wilkes. In second place, number 76, John Dormer. Third place, number 44, that's Dean Camier. Fourth place, number 94, Jason Stott. Fifth place, number 75, that's Lee Street. Sixth place, number 49. Seventh place, 32, and eighth place, 229. 129.87 the time, 248, 76, 44, 94, 75, 49, 32, and 229. 129.87. So we move on to race 41. Remind you once again that we've got that presentation at the end of the day for the riders that have done the winning this afternoon. And they of course will show their appreciation for you staying on to support that presentation. And of course value your support this afternoon in these horrible conditions. But well done to the club, they persevered with the conditions. I think you'll agree with me, there has been some brilliant racing this afternoon. Let's look at the final of the 500cc solo class then. We've got coming to the line number 2, Trevor Banks. Number 7, Gary Lobb. Number 13, Rob Fortune. Number 10, Vaclav Verner. 74, Duncan Solver. Number 6, Mark Seabright. Number 16, Dean Garton. That's how they line up. They're already underway and they go into that first corner. We look to see who's made the better of the start. It looks like Trevor Banks has got to the front as they come round off that top bend. No, it's Dean Garton that's gone around the outside. Dean Garton gets to the front. Rob Fortune's up there as well. But a great ride this from Dean Garton. He leads Trevor Banks and Rob Fortune at the moment. Gary Lobb is the Camier from Cornwall is up in the fourth place at the moment. But we've got a great scrap on our hands for this 500cc final. We watch them go into that top corner as Dean Camier, the youngster from Cornwall, going well at the moment, has got Trevor Banks after him. Rob Fortune still there in third place. Gary Lobb up in fourth place, but we've got, you can see Rob Fortune and Trevor Banks fighting out with each other. That's going to allow Dean Garton to get away from them with those two not fighting with each other for that second place. But brilliant riding this from Dean Garton. Comes round off that top bend, takes the last lap flag. Trevor Banks has done everything possible to try and get in contention with him, but he's now got Rob Fortune again trying to get past him. Rob Fortune moves through brilliantly in that bottom corner and gets through into second place. Trevor Banks recovers, moves quickly up that back straight. I'm sure there'll be a challenge to Trevor Banks to try and get that second place back, but no taking it away from this youngster from Cornwall. Dean Garton takes the checker flag and Trevor Banks creeps on the inside and gets second. Rob Fortune gets third, Gary Lobb in fourth, Duncan Solus in fifth, Mark Seabright in sixth. A tremendous final as we expected to see. A brilliant win from the young Cornishman, Dean Garton. As the riders come past you, show you congratulations. Of course, we will see them again up on the presentation platform. Great effort from Trevor Banks. So what a brilliant ride from this youngster from Cornwall. He really is going to be something to watch. The official result of race 41, a win for number 16, Dean Garton. Second, number 2, Trevor Banks. Third, number 13, Rob Fortune. Fourth, number 7, Gary Lobb. In fifth place, number 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Sixth place, number 6, Mark Seabright. Seventh place, number 10, Vaclav Verner. Eighth place, number 8, Vince Kinchin. Ninth place, number 38, Chris Underhill, and 10th place, number 121, Alan Harmer. The winning time, 122.47, 16, 2, 13, 7, 74, 6, 10, 8, 38, and 121. 122.47. Oh, we expected a fabulous 500cc solo final. We indeed got one. Well, we had a brilliant 250 final. We wait now to see what happens in the 1000cc sidecar final as we watch to see, lining up for the final race 42, the two outfits unbeaten so far this afternoon. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, number 7, Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse, number 15. They're joined by Rustling and Paul Urycz, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, Mick Cave and Mick Stace, and Gary Moon and Jason Glenie. That's how they line up. That's the 6. We watch to see who's got the advantage or the disadvantage on the line. I can't really decide in my own mind whether there has been any advantage on the line, but we watch to see what happens. Gary Moon on the inside next to Ken Lane. Ivor Matthews in the middle as well. So the 3 top scorers together there in the middle. Rustling has made some good starts this afternoon. We watch what happens with Rustling, but it is Ken Lane that's made a good start. Ken Lane on the inside. Oh, Gary Moon right at the back of the field. We're watching the action at the front because Ken Lane and Mark Edwards have got away with Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse going after them. Rustling and Paul Urycz up into 3rd place. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones up into 4th. But as they come together in that bottom corner, we watch to see Ivor Matthews trying to take the tight line. Ken Lane driving hard on the outside, and Ivor Matthews has got close. Ivor Matthews drives up the inside, tries to find a way through on that top corner. They've gone in together. Ivor Matthews found a gap and has got through. He's got in front of Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, but Ken Lane comes back underneath him. Tremendous sidecar action between these two outfits as they both lock it up going into the bottom corner. Ken Lane driving hard again, goes wide, and Ivor Matthews comes through on the gap on the inside. Rustling in 3rd at the moment, watching the action that's going on in front of him. Tremendous sidecar action from these two outfits. Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse have now got to the front. Ken Lane has got to do the chasing. He's the one that's got to watch and see where the mistakes are made on this bottom corner, because this is where it's all seen to be happening as we watch them come around that pit bend. Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse have been riding this corner well this afternoon. They hold on to it. Ken Lane gets close, gets filled in by Ivor Matthews. They go into the last lap. Rustling and Paul Urycz still there in 3rd place and watching that action in front of them. But Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse looking great form this afternoon. They go down the back straight with quite a margin on Ken Lane, but we know what's happened already this afternoon on this bottom bend. Not taken away from Ivor Matthews though. He's ridden brilliantly again on this bottom bend, and he takes the checkered flag. A great ride from them. What a promising crew they've turned out to be. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, our British Masters champions, finished in 2nd here this afternoon. Rustling and Paul Urycz finish in 3rd. What better way to set it up for those fabulous big meetings we've still got to come this year. The International Ace of Aces in 2 weeks' time, and then in this part of the country in 3 weeks, the one not to be missed, the Bonfire Burnup. Who would you tip to take that this year? Indeed, we calm down just a little bit. The official result of race 42, taking the Battle of Hastings Silver Helmet meeting in the sidecar class, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse. 2nd to them, number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. 3rd, number 6, Rustling and Paul Urycz. 4th, number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. 5th, number 5, Ken Lane and... Ken Lane, I'll put him in again, haven't I? Mick Cave and Mick Stace. And 6th place, number 8, Gary Moon and Jason Glenie. The winning time, 1:43.98, 15, 7, 6, 24, 5 and 8, 1:43.98. As Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse come round past you, show you congratulations, a brilliant ride from them this afternoon. We wonder if they're going to pick up one of those big meetings. If you're not staying for the presentation, then I do understand this afternoon. It's been horrible conditions, but thank you for the support this afternoon. I think you'll agree, the organisers did well in the conditions. Riders have ridden brilliantly this afternoon. If you are disappearing, I hope that I'm going to see you. If you're not travelling up to the Ace of Aces in 2 weeks' time, then I'm sure I'm going to see you in 3 weeks' time at the Bonfire Burnup. That's the Tonbridge circuit. Good news for Grasstrack in this part of the world. I'm sure I'm going to be coming down here again next year, because I've just heard that the East Kent Club have confirmed dates for their boarded circuit at High Horden. Some major changes, they said, are going on up there that will please the public, so perhaps the viewing is going to be even better at that circuit next year. Loads of grass track, as you would expect in this part of the country. It's not all over yet for me. I've still got the presentation to do. Riders, I would request that if you could make it up here as soon as possible. It means that all that's left to do, hopefully we've got all the riders over here, is get on with the presentations. I've got to quickly introduce you to somebody who's going to do the 250 and 350 presentations. This is Ginny, as in, I should have known that, shouldn't I, really? Where's the tonic? But Ginny is going to be giving away the trophies for the 250 and 350. Some very hard racing. We start with the 250s as we normally do. In the 250 class, I think the lineup I saw here this afternoon when I got here was equally as good as any national I've ever been to. It was going to be a hard competition. Unfortunately, mechanical problems took over towards the end of the day, but it did mean that at the end of the day we had a final, and in third place here this afternoon is Dean Camier. So you can come a bit closer, it gets a bit warmer if you get closer, you know. Bloody arguments up here as well. I've had arguments all afternoon in there, let me still get out there. Everybody thinks I have an easy time sitting there keeping warm. As all the pictures get taken, it means that we can move on to second place, and the disappointing news that the second place finisher this afternoon reckons once again he's going to retire. We don't really believe him, the same as we haven't believed him before. It is, of course, John Dormer. They're worse than film stars, aren't they? You announce their name and it takes them ages to get up here. Now come on, you know who's going to be first, so you can make your way up here now.
You know, Ivor. Give it that a dumb bomb. Not a tin tack in a brick wall.
Well, Urycz is retired because of the cold weather. They don't have grass track in Tenerife, unfortunately. But we know we move on to one more place in the 250s. He was, of course, the man that went over the line in front. He had to work very, very hard for it. It was, of course, Wilkes. And as the photographs get taken, we keep Ginny up here because we move on to the 350s, and in the 350 class we start again with third place. Very hard ride this afternoon. He kept knocking away at the points and made sure of it at the end of the day. Neil Scopes. But when he gets his pictures taken, I'll tell you about second place, because this man caused us a lot of confusion. There was an awful lot of centre officials about today. They all had their own point of view about this guy, because they said, well, who's riding 22? The pits thought it was somebody, we thought it was somebody else. At the end of the day, we sorted it out. They're riding 350, number 22. He finished in second overall. It is, of course, Ricky Stanford. So you can get both these two in focus, can you? You will use these posh cameras. Well, while we're on the 350s, of course, I think you all know who it was that won the 350s. Well, I'm pleased to say that he won the 350 because he actually took the trouble to come and tell me that he's got a new engine this morning. Obviously, a very good engine, built by Garton Engineering. The winner of the 350 event, it is, of course, Keith Potts. Well, as he quickly has a photo saying, Keith, I've got to ask you before you disappear off here, are you pleased with the new engine?
Very pleased. Not a lot else I can say apart from really pleased about the engine.
So we're going on to bigger and better things next year, are we?
hope so. Trying to talk it on nicely and see how things go next season.
Well, I'll keep him sweet. If you keep riding like that, Keith, I'm sure we're going to see great things next year. Well, it means that we now change over who it is that's giving away the trophies. I've got a very experienced rider standing next to me now. That's Mike Cameron, who actually was trying to persuade me to ride passenger in the past Masters. I'm glad he didn't succeed in that, but it's no offence to you, Mick, at all. He takes over to present the trophies to the 500cc sidecar winners. We start with third place as always, and they've done well to hang on to this third place. Loads of problems this afternoon. It is, of course, Mel and Lester Goodwin.
Yeah, come on. Whatever your afters. Starters and your desserts.
And before you disappear, Mel, I've got to find out, because I'm as interested in those, I'm sure a lot of people are. What were those problems?
You tell me. If we'd have sorted it out before the last race, perhaps it would have been better, but we don't know yet. Just a few teething troubles that hopefully we'll sort out over the winter.
Oh, well, that's good. At least it's nothing too serious then. Thanks a lot, Mel. Much appreciated. As I move on to second place in the 500cc sidecar event, well, they had the fights earlier on with Mel and Lester, we've just seen go back down there. They finished overall in second, a great achievement for Jerry Squirrel and Paul Stafford.
John's gonna...
Yeah, and I'll square up the rest down there.
Yeah. What was the side there, Rob?
Well done to Jerry Squirrel and Paul Stafford for finishing second, but there's no way we can take it away from the winners of this event. They won it from start to finish in every single race. 4 wins and a win overall to the sidecar crew of Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. And Raz, before you disappear, I want to quickly ask you, because Raz, don't disappear on me. You're meant to come back and talk to me, look. See, because what I want to know is that I see loads of British Grasstrack. I don't see too many of these 500cc races, but you look pretty useful to me. Is this what's happening in Europe as well?
Europe, I mean, it's a different ball game altogether in Europe. It's just so fast out there and so much money. You can't compete on their terms. You can go there and you can do your best, but to be up with the Europeans, I've got to spend a lot more money anyway. Any sponsors? But I must say a big thank you to Don Godden today, because without him I wouldn't be riding. My motor went bang yet again and he come to the rescue, and well done, Don, thanks very much.
Well, it's always nice to hear that name mentioned. Raz, we wish you the best of luck in Europe next year. Loads of people here supporting you. It means I move on to one of these special trophies. I can quickly introduce you to Mrs. Robinson. That's the lady that's standing up in the middle here. The reason she's up here is because there is a special trophy for being presented this afternoon. And the only way I had this described to me today was it's a trophy, a memorial trophy, in fact, to Eric Robinson, for a rider judged to be maybe the best performer, the best trier, however you want to describe it, and it was left to the lady to make the decision. A very tough decision, I would say, on the amount of riders that were putting a lot of effort in today. But the winners were from the sidecar class, and they were indeed Rob Wilson and Vince Jones.
Angela, we did it, right? Didn't we? Yeah.
He's smooth to the last, look. The winners of that trophy, which I'm told will be presented annually, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. It means that we've got to call the Olden back in again to present the rest of the trophies. Mick is doing away with the crutches this time. He knows he's getting onto the real stuff. The 500cc event, a very hard-fought event, some tremendous riders. We started the day off with a lot of bad luck in terms of mechanical problems and riders falling. It looked as if we were just going to see the survival of the fittest through to the end of the day. Well, it didn't turn out that way. Rob Fortune looked as if he might have won it. He's in fact ended up in third place. Our third place finisher, Rob Fortune.
Wait, number 2 lap. Number 2 laps, we went we didn't have the motor, mate. Yeah, we just couldn't get it. We've done the lead.
No, we just stayed out your way.
Well, as we see Rob Fortune go back down, that's third place too, Rob Fortune. It means we move on to second place, and a very, very hard-fought position this was. There was a lot of people kept popping in the caravan telling me that he was going to win overall. It wasn't to be today. Perhaps another time, perhaps the burn-up will be this man's. It is, of course, Trevor Banks. Well, a very, very popular second place to Trevor Banks. If his second place is disappearing down into the crowd, it means you've only got one more position to find in the 500cc competition. This is a name I think you'll get used to up on winners' rosters, because he really is a flyer. He's all the way from Cornwall, the winner this afternoon, Dean Garton. Dean, I'm sure he'll appreciate me having a quick word with you, because obviously there's a lot of us wondering what it was that kept you out of that first ride.
Well, I was in the pit box and the throttle cable broke, so I thought that was it then. No final, but just the way it goes, isn't it?
Well, it's certainly the way it goes. That's racing. You had to work extra hard in the other two heats. Did you really think that final was going to be yours?
No. But when I was in front, I just kept plugging away and that was it.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of us here would say that it was a brilliant ride, Dean. Looking forward to both the aces and the burn-up.
Well, I haven't been invited yet, but I don't know about that.
I always prompt people into these things, don't I? Perhaps there's a couple of invitations waiting now then, Dean. I hope that I'm going to see you at both those two meetings. There's one or two people here who might be able to enlighten you on that.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd love to be there, but see how it goes, yeah.
Certainly will. The winner of the 500cc event this afternoon, Dean Garton. Well, it means that we've only got 3 more lots of trophies to give away. It is, of course, the 1000cc sidecar event, and what a lineup they managed to get together down here at the Battle of Hastings Silver Helmet meeting. A tremendous lineup of national sidecars. Really, the 1000cc class is equally competitive as any 500cc class nowadays. If we look to the riders this afternoon, who would you have tipped to win? Well, I'm sure there's a lot out there that would have tipped these riders to perhaps win this afternoon. It wasn't to be. They finished in third. It is, of course, Russell Inn and Paul Urycz. Just think in 2 weeks' time it might be a phase 3 girl. This afternoon it's Mick Cameron. Enough said about that, I think. Well, it means we won the second place, and I'm talking about people who might have been tipped to win this afternoon. I think that they've been tipped to win a lot this year. They've won a lot this year, and there's still yet more to possibly be won. In second place this afternoon, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. Well, there's a photograph get taken. Ken says obviously thank you to everybody here this afternoon. Lovely little comment there. He reckons he's never been to Dirty in a race meeting this year, but that's because you've always been at the front, Ken. So, well, a lesson to be learned for perhaps 2 weeks' time and 3 weeks' time when we come back down here. But one crew that I've been keeping my eye on all year, I know they've been racing well. I know they should have deserved to pick up a big trophy sometime this year. This afternoon it's all gone right for them. Perhaps there's more to come from this crew. The winners here this afternoon are of course Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse. Well, normally I'll rush away because I want to have a quick word with this man. He's not used to me having a microphone thrust in front of him. All I've got to say, Ivor, is it looks to me as if everything's come good at the right time of year.
Yeah, obviously heading towards the two big events into the year. Pleased to get this behind us. It's the first weekend we've won this year. It's taken a long time this season.
Well, I was scratching the memory books, going back through the old files and things, because you've certainly been up on the roster a few times, and if I remember back to the Aces last year, of course, I was talking to you then, so perhaps the end of the year is better for you.
It seems like it, yeah. I can't think of any reason why it should be, but...
Well, a great performance this afternoon, Ivor. We look forward to those meetings in 2 weeks' time. The winners of the sidecar competition this afternoon, Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowse. And as I cross off the last list of riders that get presentations made to them, I can pass on the thanks from the club to all the marshals, officials, everybody that helped this afternoon, or even out there in the cold. I would say thank you to everybody. I hope you enjoyed the racing this afternoon. It's been horrible weather to say the least. I know it's been cold. I've just felt it since I've been out here for 2 minutes.